Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, it's shit's real. We talk about it. I'm your host for this afternoon, at least in Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the UK or whatever, it's evening time. Pat Scorpio doing represent, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Today, mate. Nah, fucking no. It's Gold Artist, Shutterworth the God, you know what it is, LB, Lauderdale Boss, Soul Wars Creator, man, RingGangRadio.com in the building. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Ringing in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. P.
Technical difficulties. Believe he's been kidnapped by a giant sewer rat.
Yo, what's
Okay.
Oh, there you go, P.
They got P.
Oh.
The building. Ring gang.
P. You haven't
Can
looked.
you hear me?
You haven't
You
looked.
sound like you're being strangled
hear me?
underwater.
You're being like you're being strangled underwater.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. If that's
Turn the Griselda
But
music down
you hear
and
me?
introduce yourself.
Yeah, we can hear you, but it's just that's not coming in clearly.
hold on.
Okay. Well, P will come back, but last but certainly not least, got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
What's fly? It's your boy, Conscious Pilot, aka the West Coast Avenger, #1 contender, preparing for liftoff. Destination Ringing Radio. Let's go.
There we go. Conscious Pilot, stays elevated above the masses. That's what it is, man. And yeah, P will return. He had technical difficulties, but he'll definitely be back as usual. Oh, he might be back now. There we go.
Gang.
P, are you
Can
in?
you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm here. All right. Sorry about that. I'm on the road. What's good, y'all? This is your boy King P. Bodega Boxer in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go.
There we go. P is on the road. You know what I'm saying? Take it. So clearly, you're making the most of your day off from fighting all types of miscreants and vandals and hooligans and and scoonbuggers and whatnot, right?
Yep, definitely am. But Ring Gang's always wherever you're at, we're always there. We're on the road. I'm like, we're like the '93 Lex Luger Express bus right now.
Word up.
Throwback.
That's real talk, yeah. And as always, though, we appreciate it. We salute you for your service, man. Real. That's real. So yeah, we got we definitely got some stuff to talk about. Especially got some previews to talk about for sure. Because obviously everyone knows that the 19th to Juneteenth, obviously we have 5 fight cards in which we've nailed 4 of them. We preview 4 of them, and we do have one more to preview because now that's finally solidified. And we'll talk more about the whole fuckery behind that one in a little bit. But now, we're gonna go 2 weekends ahead to some fairly notable cards. The most notable one being from the PBC camp, where we have a quadruple header, I believe, with the main event being Gervonta Tank Davis going up to 140 to face PBC's 140 GameStop champion and Mario Barrios. I think I made it known that I'm not a big fan of this fight for different reasons. First of all, it's pay-per-view, which I don't believe it's a pay-per-view fight. That's just my opinion. I mean, I know maybe you guys think different.
I mean, y'all said it was mid, which I could respect. It's not the next fight we wanted from dude. So, but I think it's a good fight. It's a quality fight. I do disagree with it being on pay-per-view. It's not pay-per-view worthy, but at least they kind of trying to stack the cards. So,
yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. I mean, this is definitely one of those fight. This is definitely one of those cards where you can see the co-man could definitely outshine it in a way, for damn sure, could happen. But yeah, see, the reason why I don't really think, 140. First of all, I don't think. Tank is optimal at 130 or 135, and LB says like he has people he could actually fight at those weights. Especially because obviously if you hold a GameStop belt at one division and you hold a quote unquote legitimate one at another one, like you don't need to climb up to 140 where you're fighting someone who has mean physical advantage. Like it's a risk, and it's not even a risk against a named fighter like that. It's so I think that's where my dislike of the fight has really come in.
The only thing, like, Tank clearly has the talent advantages, and he has the speed advantages. We don't know yet with the power because he's fighting a bigger guy, stronger guy, taller guy. And with power, it's all about who takes the shot better. On the outside, Tank looked like he might have more power, but Barrios is no slouch with his power either.
And also, Barrios is a big 140-pounder. Like, I mean, dude probably will not be at 140 anytime longer, especially if you watch the excellent All Access episode. And I will give props to that because the All Access episode, for this fight was pretty good. Like, I mean,
I gotta see that shit. Yo.
It was well done for sure.
It was definitely well done.
And you keep saying that shit, so it's like now I'm really compelled to watch it. Like, it was either gonna be that or Shakur Stevenson last fight. So sorry, PBC, you win again.
No, but it really was well done because it came on with that and the Charlo Montiel fight. I was like, wow, this is like Showtime really put some effort into this. I still don't care about either fights though, but I could dig the production.
Needed that damn effort for the fucking Daenerys fight.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah, like 3 quality matchups they missed out on.
Yeah.
Did they even do nothing for Neri Figueroa either?
Hell no, they did nothing.
Like the fuck.
Yeah,
and now we getting a pay-per-view. Yeah,
but then of course that's probably the reason why. Because this is a pay-per-view. So like, you know what, we got to get some numbers. So they figured, you got to
Charlo fight ain't pay-per-view.
What's that?
Charlo's fight ain't pay-per-view.
The current one, the Montiel fight. No, that's a regular Showtime.
That's what I'm saying. And didn't they do a card? They did the access for that.
Oh
shit?
yeah. That's right. Yeah, they did do the access one. For that.
You mean to tell me that needed an all access?
I mean, they probably need because I think they probably did one because because they know people were shitting on that fight the most, so they're like, you know what, let's go put something out there because like we can't have people just shit on this fight. Yeah. I mean,
what's the point of them promoting something that people say is garbage? I don't get it.
Why are we sprinkling seasoning on shit?
Yeah, like okay, you're in the pizzeria, you drop the pizza. Why are you gonna put it on the display in the front now?
And that's a legitimately good question too.
Like I'm just and seeing that y'all had legit like fight of the year candidates in Daenerys Ubali and Neri Figueroa.
Yeah.
Like wow, this is weird shit, but okay. And y'all had Antoine Russell Jr. like.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff
Matthias,
yeah, they didn't get the promotion, but these fights, these fights do. But I mean, go figure.
Ring City promoted damn Serrano last fight more than Showtime did those 2 fights.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but at least I mean, obviously they're doing it, but at least watching it all access, like because Barrios. I mean, Barrios easily he looks like he could be like a 154 pounder, like at some point. Like dude is he's big for that division.
Josh Taylor big.
Yeah, Josh Taylor big. So there's a risk, and there's my thing. It's like I mean, you have Tank probably on the verge of being a real star, and you can fight more. You can fight more. I would say. Opponents with better reputations, better reps, something that can really get his weight up. And then you
can say Tank is a star right now. He's not on his way. Dude's a star.
No, I'm talking about he's a star, but he's on his way. He's not that star yet. You know what I mean?
Nah, like he got right now. It's him ascending to damn superstardom is what
he's on he's on the verge of being a superstar.
Like, you talking about super? Like he's already a star. Like his
fights, he's
pretty well known. Like
to casual, it seems like.
He's no longer just a guy like hovering to say what, but like Haney and Shakur Stevenson, they haven't gotten to his level yet.
Right. And so the only one comparable would be Ryan Garcia, who's pretty much a different type of Actually, I mean, they might actually be on the same level.
They might be on the same level, but one's a champion as a star.
Yeah.
The other one's kind of like he's just a star for being popular. The Tank is like both.
Yeah.
And Teofimo's right under.
And Teofimo Lopez is there too.
And
he's right under him. Yeah.
So like this is Harlem Nights with that nigga trying to call the taxi.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, now what happens if you lose to someone like Barrios? Barrios is nowhere near that type of level. And, he just, so if he loses badly to Barrios or whatever, then it's just a risk that just gone horribly wrong for nothing.
It's a legit loss, though. Like, Barrios is no fucking slouch. So I'm not going to, he's going to be the underdog, but I'm not going to undersell this nigga. Like, it's a legit fight.
He's battle tested. I mean, whether not really a good thing for him, but, he's been through war, so, he's got the goods. Obviously, he had that struggle against the Russian or whatever dude, but
yeah, and that's
he
the one.
He just got the name for this type of fight.
What's that?
I'm just saying he really just don't have the name for this type of fight. But as far as being the fighter, he's in this shit. Yeah,
so and that it's just basically just one of those fights that's just like altogether. It's just like, this should. I mean, there could have been someone better at 130 or 135 for him. Like.
Instead of 140 if you're going up there.
Yeah, because if he beats Barrios, then I'm going to okay, so you can beat in 3 different divisions. What division are you going to focus on? Like, are you going to go, are you going to face Gary Antoine Russell at 140? Like, somebody.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's not happening.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, at 140.
But if you beat Barrios, you're beating a legit top 10 140 dude, though.
Yeah.
Bottom top 10. So after that, at 140, his expectations, you're either going to want to see him in there with someone who's top 5 or a champion. Right. So I don't know the trajectory they trying to go with this fight. It's like it's almost like on some improvised Broner shit.
Yeah,
exactly. After Melanage, you can only go higher than that. You can't go and fight. Fucking Love More Endo or somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, that was random.
Yeah,
is Tank too short, really too small to go to 147 eventually?
Make
it smartly. They'll probably try it eventually down the line.
I mean, here's the thing with Tank. He's a small guy, and he has to build that weight shows on him. Like you can tell, dude looks big at one. Like 147, 154, like he looks like you see it in his face and everything. Like I don't think that's really an optimal weight for him per se.
Him and Hamed were meant to be jumping divisions like that. They gotta pick like 1 or 2 and kill them shits.
Yeah,
too short, too stocky.
Yeah, eventually, obviously he's not gonna make 130 forever. Hell, he barely makes it half the time. 135.
Now when he take this shit serious, he do like.
Yeah.
He looked good in the Santa Cruz fight, but at 130, you can't have him take no bullshit fights. You got to put him in real fights, or he's going to revert back into the Gamboa bullshit.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, and because all this weight jumping, like if you go up to 140 and then you can beating someday, you're going down, that's another thing, because that's why it's like you got to stick at a weight, that makes sense.
I don't know what's wrong with 135 that he can't campaign. There's plenty of fights. They might be on the other side of the street, but
Yeah, yeah. That other
but 140 is the same thing. All the good fights are on the other side of the street.
Yep.
He ain't gonna fight Broner. Like they cool, which is I could understand that.
Yeah.
But
they're not gonna fight Antoine Russell because
no, that's too fucking dangerous. Chill.
Yeah.
Progre is like the only reasonable name, and it's like Progre ain't really buzzing like that. It'll be a good fucking win, and that's a good fucking fight, but I don't know if it's going to get him the reward for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be
a better fight than Barrios, though. But
yeah, so outside separating stuff at least you got 2 fights that will swing for the fences, and they will both try to land those fades on each other. So that's what at least you'll get from that fight at the most. Now, what do we guys think in terms of how we think this is going to play out, Tank versus Barrios?
I let you mid niggas talk first, because y'all all said this. Well, at least Pat said it was mid. Like, I don't think no one else was hyped for that shit.
I like the fight. I mean,
What was that? Oh, he's having technical difficulties too.
I like the
Everybody
fight.
getting kidnapped.
I like the fight. I think it's gonna be. Hopefully, it's like the LSE fight where the expectations were kind of low, but it was a pretty good fight.
Mm-hmm.
And it ends with. I think it'll end the same way to some degree. I think he's gonna knock out. I think he's gonna get him out of there. But I mean, then again, you got to see how his power looks in there. But I don't know. I do favor Tank in this fight.
Yeah, because I just feel. I mean, obviously, I don't think they're gonna let Tank really lose like that. So, but I do think Barrios might actually get to the finish line, and we all know Tank has only been to the finish line once in his fight. You know, he only has one decision win. So,
I mean, just because he hasn't been to the finish line doesn't mean he's not capable. It's everybody else that can't make it to the finish line. That's not his fault.
and honestly, that's a good problem.
Yeah,
I mean, the nigga Rich. I'm sure he's been to the finish line a whole bunch of times.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, here's what I think. But I mean, I do think that Tank will win this fight, but he'll probably win it by decision. He'll win it by unanimous decision. I'll do the whole decision win. I think Barrios might be a little bit too big for him, and I think Barrios might take his power a lot better than we all think. I think there will be some knockdowns, though. I do think there will be some knockdowns.
Will it actually be a unanimous decision? Like, you know, actually, or just
Yeah.
like,
I said yeah, unanimous decision.
Yeah.
P?
I'm going Tank 10th round KO.
Ooh, damn.
Yes, I think it's gonna be a late one because I mean Barrios is a big guy. I think Barrios is gonna bring it to him. Barrios is pretty active, so he's definitely gonna he's gonna be right there with him the whole time. But I just think Barrios is very hittable, and I don't think Tank is the much more sharper puncher. And yes, we don't know what he's like at 140, but I feel like his power will be fine because I haven't forgotten. Remember, did any of y'all see the sparring session when Tank basically almost stopped the fucking Red Catch in sparring, and Red Catch is at what 147, so his power will go up with him. That's just proof right there. His power won't be a problem going up. So
Yeah,
I think
that's Red Cash though.
Yeah, Red Catch is
that ain't the best barometer for that shit.
But
I get your point though.
Red Catch is still a bigger guy, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you think of him as a fighter. He's still the bigger guy. He's still at 147. He's not a small guy. And
I mean, it does have something to do with him as a fighter because you could be the bigger guy and less durable and not as durable as a guy say that's fleshed out at 135.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
You think he's tougher than Nakatani?
No, I'm not gonna say he's tougher than Nakatani, but he's just a bigger guy. But I also think I don't. Who knows if Barrios will be able to withstand fucking Tank's power for that long? I don't think he's not fought anybody like Tank that could really fucking with Tank's kind of fucking shit that could really bring the heat to him. I think
Tank too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so I think and he's hittable as fuck. So he's there to be hit. And so with that, I'm gonna give the advantage to the sharper guy, who I think his power will go up with him. And I say that Tank wears him out, and by the 10th round, finishes him off.
Okay, LB, what about you?
Yeah, so we got a unanimous decision, a 10th round KO, and what Pilot said with decision.
I think he'll stop him.
He'll stop him. What round?
I'll say ninth round.
Damn. I think it's true believers in this nigga power. But I could see y'all. I could understand your point of view though. I could respect it. I think Tank by split decision. I think Mario is gonna cause some doubts. I think he's gonna even drop Tank in this. I think we're gonna get like a real close competitive fight where Tank maybe just does enough where he kind of just grabs it. Barrios might have some moments where you're kind of like, damn, just do a little more.
Right.
I think, but Tank just takes it away, just the flashier, bigger shots. Like people, like we'll end up getting a good fight. I think people might even want to see a rematch of this shit.
Which
So yeah, I'll say Tank by split decision. Yeah, like others have said, Barrio is he's hittable.
Yeah,
but
I do want to see how because Tank's defense is still not a mystery, but we don't know how really he seems to walk through shots. He seems not to respect those people's power. I mean, at least who most of his fights. I think his defense is sharp, but it'll be interesting to see somebody that's definitely longer and taller, and obviously the natural height.
That's what I'm banking on, because I don't think Tank defense is all that. I think it's like maybe a little above average. Like he hasn't had the type of fights for me to say like, okay, he's defensively sound. Like, is he like like Provodnikov or Salcido or one of those type of fighters? No.
No. Yeah.
But he's no fucking
he's slightly above average. I mean, or average. I mean,
he like for his style, his pressure style, he's no Chocolatito or Spence or nobody, or Golovkin. But he's way more athletic, and I think punch for punch, he's just as horrible, maybe, except for Golovkin.
He's not hard. He's definitely not harder puncher than Triple J. There's not that yet, not at that level.
Nah, but as far as like comparing him to like the size, like I think he punched harder than Spence and Chocolatito.
Yeah, he's certainly more explosive than them. Yeah,
that's what kind of helps it. But yeah, so Tank by split decision. Kind of low key hyped for this fight. I know real quick. I don't want to take too long in this card. The co-main is something we got to drop a prediction on as well. We got to mention that shit.
Absolutely. And to me, I think the co-main is more of a crossroads between Erickson Lubin and Jason Rosario, who's only a fight removed from losing his belts to Jamel Charlo. And then this fight, to me, I didn't want to say it was 50-50, but Lubin's last time I saw Lubin fight, and he was getting wobbled, by what's his name?
Goucher.
Yeah, Goucher, Terrell Goucher.
Who can punch? Who could punch though?
Yeah.
It just Goucher doesn't have the temperament to get the stoppages.
Yeah,
and
but
the most out of it. That's his biggest problem. Like, but Goucher does have power. He could hurt you when he connect. It just will he connect or when will he connect?
Yeah, and there's something about that fight that just had me like, I was like, I didn't like what I saw from Lubin in this fight. Like, it seemed like he was struggling a little bit more. He won the fight. Don't get me wrong. He won.
He wouldn't clear it too, but it's just like it wasn't no stock rise in performance.
No, like
we got a hold on that shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Did he stay the same drop or improve? I think some people was like it dropped.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean that's the thing. Like Lubin's still a talent, whatever, but it's just more or less now. Can he actually shake off that that brutal loss to Jamel Charlo? From some time back.
I think he shook it off already. He's just at the point where
he shook it off.
He showed that he could get back on that world class level and look like he got next. Like he's at the point where he shook it off, but we're like, okay, it's the impressive. I'm here. It's 154. What's up? I want all the smoke. That's what we want to see from Lubin right now.
Yeah,
and I think we'll get it.
Right, and then
he'll get it in this fight.
Yeah, and of course, obviously, Jason Rosario, still, like I said, a fight removed from losing his belts, though, but he's still a very dangerous guy because Jason Rosario punches hard with both hands, and and Lubin's whiskers are kind of suspect to me. I mean, they're very suspect. So it's like that's what makes it.
Why? Because he got hurt by Charlo? No. Like who hurts and knocks out damn near everybody? Like.
Now, Goucher had him doing a little hucklebuck in the ring, I noticed it, but I still didn't like seeing that, So it's like, and Rosario has more power than Goucher, so
he respected Goucher a little too much in that fight to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what makes this is like Rosario. Obviously, if he wants a quick turnaround, because this is a WBC 154 eliminator. So I mean, I'm thinking in Rosario. Here's the thing though, because when Rosario got KO'd by Jamel Charlo, I mean, he lasted longer. That's for damn sure than Lubin did. But Rosario got KO'd in a way that had me thinking God damn, he got KO'd to a jab to the stomach or the solar plexus. And dude looked like he was having convulsions on the canvas. That shit was I've never seen that before.
He got hit with that damn Hokuto Shinken, man, that fucking fist of the North Star. And he got hit with the Raul punch or some shit, the King Fist, because that nigga wasn't looking right.
Yeah, dude was out there just breathing hard and shit. He was like he just took his breath away. It was he was laboring. I was like, God damn, this nigga got hit hard. And he didn't even look like he got hit hard.
It was just a dead accurate shot. Man, so what y'all? I mean, it's a crossroads bout, but I don't think it's because Lubin. I don't think is at a crossroads part. He's just at a part where he needs to show he got next. That's a little bit above a crossroads fight, but with Rosario, it's more on some you at the back of the line if you lose this shit.
Yeah, because I mean, dude came out of nowhere.
Loser go home. Loser go home fight yet.
Yeah, but then also too, people have to. If Lubin has to prove that he's a threat to Jamel Charlo, who's probably not peaking right now. So that's
not even just a threat to Jamel Charlo. It's a threat to the fucking division. This is 154.
Right.
The best and hardest division in the fucking boxing.
Loaded.
Absolutely.
Loaded, and then it's loaded with fucking sharks. He got to show me, can he beat Tim Tszyu?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He got to show me he could beat fucking Brandon Adams. He got to show me he could fucking beat, who else out there? Shit, the fucking Tony Harrison or Perella. Like you got real fights in this division. So it ain't just about Jamel Charlo. But I do think Lubin is now fighting the type of fights he should have fought before his first shot at Charlo.
Word.
But the dude, he ran for the smoke, and you got to respect that in an age where, niggas be taking forever before they, take on a dangerous fight.
Absolutely.
Shit, remember, we were still waiting for Munguia to step it up.
Yeah, the funny thing, Munguia is, is a
and Munguia's a fucking champion.
Yeah.
So Pilot, who you got in this one?
I think Lubin will win. How? I'll probably say decision. I think it's going to go to the cards. I haven't seen anything from Lubin that makes me think he's going to be able to KO.
Oh wow, man! Lubin going to fucking stomp this dude out.
Oh, no, yeah, no.
This might be like a 5th round KO.
Yeah, nah. I'm sorry, but yeah, nah. Banana Boy is getting his cap peeled.
There you go.
What round we thinking?
8th round.
8th round, okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, he already beat the shit out of the guy who knocked out Rosario and knocked out the guy who should have beaten Rosario but got a bad decision on the cards. So yeah, he already beat his leftovers. Now he's gonna beat this guy's ass. So yeah, nah.
Damn, so he ran back in there to beat the guy who fucked up the leftovers. Hey, y'all niggas ain't heat this up enough. Wasn't there some rapper who attacked somebody they fucked up the order? He came back he stabs somebody. That's some crazy shit. But yeah, god damn, yeah, Lubin, yeah, okay, yeah, fucking Pat, what you got on this? Nigga? What you got on this?
All right, I'm gonna go a shot in the arm, and I think I'll be conservative and I will say Lubin will get this, but Lubin will win by maybe 10th round knockout.
Oh, okay. 5th, 8th, 10, and then we got the decision here with Pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's KOs for life.
I'm gonna stick with it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, that's why I say it's because, like I said, as much as Lubin can actually box when his mind is right.
He has above average power and decent work rate, so I think he could stop this dude.
Yeah, but like I said, Rosario can also punch too, and Lubin's chin is not really. It's not it's suspect. So I mean, he can.
I couldn't see an upset in
I
this.
mean,
We've seen worse.
Rosario's chin is suspect too.
But Rosario's a bigger fighter.
Okay, and he's less talented.
Goucher was the bigger fighter too.
So I mean, like I said, there's a lot of different things in play. It's just like if obviously if either one lands on each other like a good shot, I mean they'll both they'll go away.
I'll just say this: I would if Rosario pulls off the upset, I won't be surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked either. I wouldn't be shocked either, to be honest.
I wouldn't not like the shock I was with Arias and Hurd. Although I was like more confused. Like
yeah,
you ever shadow box after damn spinning around blindfolded? Like that's how that felt. Like, what the fuck going on? Like no.
Yeah, that was some other shit. I couldn't believe what I saw in that fight. But yeah, that's what I say. It's a really good co-main, and like I said, 154. The good fights stay happening over there, and and you're definitely not mad at that. And there's another 154 fight that and this is just probably more like kind of a back to the drawing board type of thing. Julian J. Rock Williams. Because I know he was out. I think he had some surgery too and whatnot. So he's making his return against Brian Mendoza, who I don't really recall off the top of my head if I saw any of his fights or not. Part of me says yes, but I just can't think of any right now. And then
we done seen too much boxing, bro. Like can't remember every fucking name. Some of these fights.
Yeah, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Brian Mendoza does not ring a bell, but the opener does. When Batyr Akhmadev, who we mentioned before, gave Mario Barrios a hell of a time, and in my opinion, should have actually beat him, but he didn't. He got kind of a raw deal, sort of, because he was supposed to run that shit back, and that didn't happen. But he's on there, thankfully, in a WBA 140 eliminator against Argenis Mendez, who's somehow keeps sticking around. Like you think something like that, would be gone by now. But hey, stepping stone. You earn a living that way. And that guy was a former champion too.
Robert Easter's best win.
Facts. What I'm saying? So it's interesting, But hey, Akhmadev, like I always say, Akhmadev deserves deserves a something like on a big pay-per-view, a spot on a big. So that would most likely be a knockout. Anyways, I do think Akhmadev will probably stop him. So so pretty much it's a decent card. It's just not a pay-per-view card to me. Like we all say, it's like if this was on Showtime, then that shit, the show would be cool. You know what I mean? But
that'd be a great Showtime card. Lackluster pay-per-view. It's end of story.
Yeah, but it's not a 70, 75. I forgot how much it is. $75, $80 card, whatever it is.
Damn.
It's not any of that. Not at all. So
next.
Yeah, the next one would be, is the card from Golden Boy. Now, Golden Boy was the last and the final card.
I thought we were doing Top Rank.
Oh yeah, that's right. My bad. I got kind of out of order. Yes, Top Rank card. Also on that same day, which also I'm getting tired of too. These promoters need to learn, it's okay to try to find a weekend that no one else is airing fights.
Do it on a Friday, shit.
Yeah, or even on a Sunday. Take advantage if there's no football on, people. So yeah,
that's why you get all these podcasts now on Sunday. Like September come, motherfuckers will be like, I don't know, man. I gotta watch these Jets. The Cowboys and Steelers.
Ooh, Cowboys and Steelers. So you must be no. Now you're going.
I'm just throwing out names, but I don't know these fucking games.
No, it's either Jets, or the Eagles, and then and the Rams. That's all it is here. Jets, Cowboys, Steelers. Ugh. I need to cleanse myself from hearing those.
Speak for yourself. I watch all football. I don't care if my team's playing or not. But if my team's playing, I'm definitely watching. But,
I do too. But
that sounds like Pat's a PBC scan of football.
No. I watch all the football games. I watch all the games on laptops, my tablet, and the TV. No, ain't no just Eagles fans here. I watch everyone's team.
Yeah, red zone stays on. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And then this is why they need to take advantage of this Sundays. Like Sundays, people's are clear. So, but the top ranked card, I mean, obviously has probably its most significant fight on there. You have the return of Vasyl Lomachenko, who's fresh off losing his belts to Teofimo Lopez.
Takeover.
The takeover, and then he'll be facing Masayoshi Nakatani, who's most famous for now putting one Felix Verdejo in retirement, and rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
I'm saying, like,
everybody's a favor of that fight.
Yeah, seriously, like it was funny too. Like once that whole nonsense with Verdejo, sad, tragic nonsense happened with him. Like Nakatani's name was buzzing like crazy. All of a sudden, like everyone was like, "Oh, he knocked out Verdejo. I like him." Like seriously, I saw on Twitter like his videos of him whooping Verdejo's ass were all over the place. So I was like,
God damn. Talk about career boost.
Yeah, that was an unexpected career boost, and it was a fight of the year. It was a fight of the year candidate too.
Yeah, definitely one of the best fights 2020, right?
Yeah, it was definitely 2020. Yeah, definitely one of the best fights they aired in the bubble. So it was really impressive. So now, and Nakatani, of course, also gave Teofimo Lopez a lot of trouble. Now, trouble in the fact that this is probably one of the few. Might be the only fight where Teofimo Lopez didn't look. It looked very pedestrian to me. It did, because I don't think because in that fight he didn't really hurt Nakatani at all. Like I don't think that he didn't even dissuade him, like not even once.
Did he break his jaw or something in that fight though?
I don't know what something got broke.
I think he broke something on Nakatani. Like he hurt Nakatani with something, but he just wasn't.
No, Nakatani. Like Lopez versus Nakatani, because that was the fight.
This is the eye, right? Wasn't Nakatani's eye fucked up? Was it orbital?
I think it was I think he cracked an orbital. Yeah, but Nakatani still came on. Still kept coming. Well, I mean, Japanese fighters, man.
It ain't stop him. He ain't quit or nothing.
Yeah, it was just like, a bone in my face broken. So what? I still gotta win this fight. That's a Japanese fighter for you. Like that's all they know. That's all they do. They just come at you. They trying to win. So it's an intriguing fight for 135 because Nakatani is 6 feet and 135, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Lomachenko is a small guy. Like he's, was he at the 5? Was he 5'5"? Maybe 5'6", something like that. So Lomachenko is going to have to deal with a tall, hard-hitting Japanese fighter with a chin and also decent work rate. So, LB, how do you see this fight going?
I don't see any KO happening. We're going to get a hard decision distance fight. I think Lomachenko's going to take it, but it's going to be one of those hard fights like the Luke Campbell fight was.
Word.
I think he's going to go through the ringer a little bit. I don't think Nakatani's as gifted offensively as Campbell, but he does bring it, and he's resourceful in those damn moments. Like he's one of those guys. Like you might be dominating, but you can never just fucking count him out. So I think Lomachenko's going to get a real test here, but I think he's going to try to he's going to fight harder, I think, to prove that he's better than Lopez by looking more dominant. So,
right.
I think we're going to get that shit. I can see Lomachenko getting dropped in this shit, too, like being over anxious on some Linares shit.
Right, yeah, because, like I said, Nakatani, though, although he's not gifted offensively, Nakatani can actually punch. Like, he has power, like, and he has some real serious power. Like if you can knock around Felix Verdejo like he did, like he dropped him with a fucking jab, fuck his whole shit up with the jab. Yeah, but the big thing is can he actually land on Lomachenko, and that's where I agree with you. Like I do see. I don't see a knockout happening in this fight. If a knockout happens in this fight, I'll be really surprised, for sure, because Lomachenko has power and he's explosive, but I think he might actually play a little bit conservative against Nakatani to a degree. But
not if he's trying to sell a fucking rematch with Lopez, he better not.
Not 6 round, no punches, conservative.
Yeah. That was some parts. That was some real bullshit, though. Yeah, I don't know what Lomachenko thought he was doing. What he was doing. Why he dropped so many rounds so fucking early in that fight. Yeah, and he definitely can't do it against Nakatani. But I agree with you, LB. I do see a hard fought decision. I do see Lomachenko winning, maybe like a 116-112 type of decision.
Yeah.
Pilot.
I'm with you, same. I mean, I think the fight might be closer than the cards, but I think Lomo will get the win. Probably, 116-112, like you said. More like I like that.
Nice and hard fought. P, what about you?
I think this is going to be a lot like the Pedraza fight. I see it like playing out a little bit like that. Maybe not a sustained beatdown at the end, but I think by the end we'll see Loma tagging him quite a bit, and I think he'll start off slow and then not slow like Lopez slow with the 6 rounds. I would say the first 3 rounds, and then after that, once he gets his footing in, I think he'll show his talent over Nakatani, and you'll see it shown by the 5th round. I think it'll be Loma's fight.
Yeah,
I can see that.
So you also think of the decision too?
Yes, decision.
Well, what score?
Like 116-112.
So I think it's like across the board. Well, Pete, LB, you didn't say 116-112, did you?
I didn't even give a score.
Oh. Yeah, so
but I can see. I probably agree. I mean, 116, 112.
Yeah. So yeah, because like I said, I mean, definitely got to put some perspective into
116, 111, or something. I can see somebody getting. I can see somebody getting dropped or something. Either one.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, yeah, because Nakatani, because I mean, he did get dropped twice against Verdejo, though, and so I mean, before that, I thought
Lopez said, "I'm sorry." Lomachenko says his punches are better. Might not have the one punch like power punch for punches, but he hit as hard as Verdejo.
Mm-hmm.
But he could hurt you, like, cause man, like the way he was fighting Campbell, like he was fighting Campbell for his life.
Yeah,
that was a good fucking fight. When you think about it.
It really was, though. Yeah, that's why it's like Campbell finds himself in some good scraps. That was definitely
can't get over the hump, but he'll give you a fucking scrap. Word to Garcia.
Yeah,
that was like the shocker of the damn year. Like what? That was like January 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, it was like January. Yeah, it was like
he started the year off.
Yeah, started the year off great. So yeah, it was. Luke Campbell definitely. Hopefully, he does actually find a way to get over the hump at some point. But it's getting to the point where that window is starting to close on him. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's easy. It's easy. It's definitely might be probably definitely one of the better fights for that particular weekend. And then Top Rank does have a fairly entertaining co-main. They haven't released a full card yet. But you have Rob Brandt on there, who I know has had a lot of issues, like managerial issues going on there. But Rob Brandt was known for giving Ryota Murata his most decisive loss. Now Murata, when he lost the first time, it was bullshit. He got jobbed, and whatnot.
Yep.
And, but Rob Brandt came out of nowhere and beat the living crap out of him. And that's not even hyperbole. Like he really beat the shit out of him out of nowhere, to hold the GameStop 160 belt for a minute before he lost it back to Murata. So he's back in there, and he's facing one of Top Rank's biggest Kazakh prospects, Zanabek Alamkhanli. I can never pronounce that whole name. Like the whole names. I'm sure after some time I will. He's 9-0 with 5 knockouts. So, like, that fight, at least, because that co-main will actually be a fade, and that one will probably really test to see if Top Rank, be putting the real fights in the co-main rather than their main event. Word to, Shakur Stevenson's last 2 fights. So I mean, Top Rank. So yeah, so at least TV wise, the card is definitely.
Top Rank been doing that for all their stars.
Absolutely.
Have them fight, have the stars having a average fight, but then make the co-main like lit, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But then when the co-main fighters elevate to that next level, they don't give them the big fight.
Absolutely. Yeah. Funny how that actually works.
well, Nakatani, like I say, he got the big fight, I guess. So yeah, it's rare.
Yeah, if Nakatani wins, then they definitely will probably push. I can see them try to push Lopez on him for a rematch, even though Lopez has said he didn't want to face Nakatani again.
Yeah, but you would have earned it by then, shit.
Yeah,
especially if he looks better than Lopez did. Oh, come on! Why you think Top Rank trying to like? They got some deal where Lopez is now going to make more with Top Rank, and they want them to do the pay-per-view fights now, and they're already talking about Lomachenko Lopez too.
Yeah, I saw that because
I don't mind, but I'm really not in a rush to see it.
Yeah,
Lomachenko would have to knock out Nakatani for me to say, okay, shit, all right, go ahead, rematch your weight.
Yeah, I'm not. But at least it's good to see that Top Rank actually came to a senses about TFM a little bit. So I'm like, you can't be having this dude, not paying fighting on a different platform, and and they're paying him a lot more money than you guys were offering. That's not a good look.
Because he's at the point, he's at least a damn 2.5 million, 3.3 million level fighter now.
Yeah, it's like you can't
pay the man. Shit.
Yeah, you can't pay him like no 1.12 million or whatever. You can't.
Yeah, that 1.2 million bullshit. And I'm thinking $1 million is a lot of money. But we talk about people putting their life on the line, people taking punches, and his popularity. Like Lopez is a legit star.
Yeah. So
you gotta start paying the upcoming stars who are taking risks. You gotta start paying them their money, man.
Pay their worth, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and so now we just gotta hope that Lopez does not lose his belts on Triller next weekend, because that would be some fucked up shit. That will throw a lot of shit, because I'm pretty sure Top Rank won't be as cooperative if he goes and loses that belt to Kambosos.
I mean, the lightweight is dangerous. Like it's like 154 in a sense where dudes be turning up every now and then and can make upsets happen in these significant fights. Yeah, Nakatani with Verdejo, you had Lopez with Lomachenko, and even the guys like Linares are giving good accounts of themselves. So can't sleep on lightweight.
Yeah, they definitely can't sleep on super lightweights. But yeah, I mean, if it happens, then like I said, then it's gonna be like, what's gonna happen now? Because now Kambosos, who I think is signed to Top Rank, I believe he's signed to Top Rank. I think he is. If he's not, then if he's not, then those belts go away, and and I'm pretty sure Bob won't be too happy.
Yeah, so because all they big fighters is looking other places. Crawford.
Yeah.
And then y'all fucking just dropping niggas. Y'all drop damn Elvis Rodriguez. Oh, we may as well talk that about right now, because we on to Top Rank right now. So
yeah, no, absolutely, and it's kind of related. Yeah, because they're in the same division. Like, I mean,
how y'all feel about that? Like a guy who's a young prospect, looks promising. I know people may have been hyping him up to be a next superstar or whatever, but he looked promising enough where we expect this a future out of him. He loses a competitive fight where he did a few good things, won some rounds, but he didn't lose badly or anything. He wasn't exposed. It wasn't the herd ass whooping. And it just kind of seemed like they just said, oh, fuck, hold on. They shuffled some papers and just said, yo, cancel this nigga. You're like on some Nino Brown shit.
Threw him in the bushes. Yep.
Yeah.
They tossed him in the bushes, like from the third-story window.
Yeah, I was like, and that was like all of a sudden, because I was like, yeah, like, I mean, because usually I could see if he lost badly twice or whatever, because I mean, I know HBO, it was like similar to when Forrest lost to Mayorga twice. They got rid of him off the HBO contract, but I mean, I could see something like that, but he only lost once, and he didn't, and he lost to a very capable fighter, so Yeah, there's no way that Top Rank should have released Rodriguez that soon.
One lost in a fight where he only lost by like 2 or 3 rounds.
Exactly. So
it's like it's different if he got skunked out. It was zipped. He didn't do anything. He was getting battered and knocked down. Like come on, like in the words of King P from episode 3, come on.
Yeah, no, it made no sense to me. I was like, yeah, you're not gonna give this guy, a chance to redeem himself. Like not even like I mean, they even
They that fucking Verdejo, and look how that turned out.
Exactly, they gave Verdejo so many fucking chances, and he didn't deserve them shits. Like that motherfucker was struggling, and out there, and then
they have something against Dominican fighters.
I don't know what it is though, but it just see's like.
They need to say something because it's a bad look. Like, because you see the thread on Twitter, it's just, all you're getting is damn nonchalant ass answers.
Yeah, like because the Top Ranks
like they was doing favors for them. Like,
Top Ranks matchmakers on there, and then he said, yeah, we signed him as a favor to Freddie Roach, and it didn't work out. It's like, no, it has to be more than that because you just don't.
Some favor shit. Freddie Roach was doing y'all a fucking favor.
Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't like Elvis Rodriguez was one of the stars that was on the bubble when Top Rank was bringing boxing back. So it was just like everyone was because basically
he was right there with Berlanga with the excitement.
Yeah, exactly. Berlanga didn't look that hot either. Yes, I mean, he went the distance or whatever. But
I'm talking about like back then in the bubble, like as far as keeping shit moving.
Yeah, Elvis Rodriguez. Yeah, he was doing what he was supposed to do. Like people were invested in he got attention. People were invested on him. So it's just like, he gets upset just once, and you throw him in the bushes. Like, nah, I mean, you gotta let him try to at least get the get back. You could definitely, you definitely could put the rematch somewhere on there. Now it's just like, just now it just looks bad optics wise because there's not a legit reason. Like, I mean. Did Elvis Rodriguez pop for something? Like, I mean, there has to be some reason that has to fall, something like this.
Outside life or something. Like,
yeah.
Gotta tell us something, man. Because it wasn't that type of loss where it just warrants that type of shit. Like,
no.
You don't throw somebody down the stairs because your kid brought a C home on his report card.
Well, in an African household, that's a possibility.
Oh. A C? You said you studied all week.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, damn. Ah. I fell down some stairs one time. That shit is no joke. So I feel you.
But yeah, no, Rodriguez is now it's like, is Rodriguez gonna? I mean, obviously, is he gonna go to Matchroom? Is he gonna go to Golden Boy? Is PBC gonna, give him a look? Yeah, it's just it's real unexpected, and it's really like nonsense. And like personally, I hope that Rodriguez does rebound.
Hell yeah.
And really stick in the Top Rank. Yeah,
I'm trying to have that Lamar Peterson bounce back where, because Top Rank didn't know how to promote those dudes.
Hell no.
They go over to PBC and they start getting bigger fights and this is with the Tim Bradley loss, and they start making moves and shit.
Exactly.
Draw against Ortiz, win over Khan. He's just making moves. So yeah, hopefully we can see that happen.
Yeah. So yeah, we definitely could, because after we definitely couldn't like go off the Top Rank topic without mentioning that particular little incident. So yeah. But at least like I said, I mean, the rest of the Top Rank card for Nakatani and Lomachenko will probably be released sometime later this week. Obviously, because Top Rank likes to fill it up with their undercard. Their undercards with some some good scraps in there. So yeah, you can definitely expect that at least. So yeah, and then we have the one last card, and this one I mentioned before is scheduled on the 19th with 4 other cards, which I hope is something that this is never done again. Having 5 boxing cards, and I was hoping that it wasn't. I was hoping this card wouldn't even happen on the 19th. It wouldn't happen at all because I was like, it's one less card. But Golden Boy managed to salvage its card, and we are going to get Jaime Munguia in the main event against former world title challenger,
former Golovkin leftover.
Yes, Camille Szeremeta, formerly undefeated as well. So yeah, and now this card, I've never seen so much fuckery in terms of trying to get Munguia an opponent before, like in a while. Like Munguia, like it's supposed to be Munguia Selecki originally, and then Selecki had some, I think got injured, and he was replaced by Demetrius Ballard, who was a better opponent. Oh, I mean, I was all for it. I was like, okay, good, finally, yeah, we got a prospect, and we got going against someone who's a former champion. I'm like, I dug it. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Ballard's injured. Selecki can fill back in again. And Selecki's back in. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. And then after that, there's some bullshit with Selecki pulling out of the fight, and they never said what. So now they finally confirmed last week that Camille Szeremeta was the replacement. And now I'm like, that Munguia, I think people are starting to question Munguia now. For all the fighters that people ask, like, who when are they going to step up and fight? We shouldn't have to say this to Munguia because Munguia is, he's a former 154 champion. But it's just something crazy about this guy that, we don't know how he's moving. Like he's the number one contender to Andre's belt and has yet to actually say, okay, I want to go after Andre.
And I'm sure he could get any fight with one of the champions that,
yeah,
160. It's a good fight for Charlo. It's a good fight for Golovkin. So even if you was wanted to jump on the whole Andre's boring, difficult style bandwagon, you still got two other champions, and it's like, come on, like.
Yeah, I mean, Selecki hasn't done anything to warrant a main event in quite some time of any card. I mean, the only thing is like, he narrowly lost. I mean, he lost to Andre, like pretty much got washed, and then he almost got knocked out by Rosado late in the fight. So, yeah, I mean, you can't get excited for no damn Munguia versus Selecki, and the battle fight's a shame. So we got Szeremeta, and honestly, I don't see anything happen in this fight either.
Because Szeremeta isn't like, he might be fresher than Selecki, but he's still coming off for a loss where he got beat up.
Yeah, he got beat up pretty good too. Not bad. I wouldn't say bad because bad was what Lomachenko got. Good, he just got a good whooping.
Let's put it this way: if he was signed to Top Rank, he would have been damn fired in the dressing room.
Or at least, or it's in the old days, like when Don King was tired of you. Like if you happened to lose, he would go off with the winner, and he would start, start promoting the winner, even if it wasn't signed to him.
Oh shit! I used to be cold blooded.
Yeah, Don King was cold as shit. Yeah, he didn't give a fuck about these boxers, man. So Munguia Szeremeta, I know my excitement is kind of tempered because, like I said, Szeremeta at least they like it just seemed like, okay, he's the only one available and looks like he's the only one that's willing to go get this payday. So we'll go with him for now because at least now he's just come off fighting Triple G. So that's how this fight is to me. Like honestly, if Munguia does not knock him out, then I'm gonna be like, something is horribly wrong with Munguia.
Because it's a mid fight. Like honestly, low key, it's a worse fight than Charlo Montiel.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like definitely. Like I like, you gotta keep it real. We got on Charlo for that fight, but this fight's even worse, and it's worse. It's a worse situation because we probably don't even get the Charlo Montiel fight if Munguia would have tried to go after another champion.
Exactly.
So people got to start understanding when guys don't step up when they're supposed to, it affects the sport as a whole.
Absolutely.
When we talked about Khan and Canelo and how it ruined Khan and it made a fucking Golovkin Brook fight. It ruined Brook. And I mean, come on, man. Like, y'all motherfuckers started fighting the guys you supposed to fight.
Yeah, like I mean, you can't go against your destiny, your fight trajectory, because eventually, when you do that, something bad happens.
You get that career mode glitch.
Exactly, and you wonder like, what the fuck just happened? And this is
payday flying out the window. That big ass check grow wings.
And it's not like Munguia is not. Munguia is an offensively talented fighter. Now his defense is still lacking some. It's not as bad as it really used to be. Munguia's defense used to be on some
It's
bullshit.
improved. It's improved where I could say, look, man, you could probably give one of these champs a fight.
I'm saying.
And it's like we believe it better than this damn promoters.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I don't know how Oscar's moving him, but it's time to actually step him up. Like after this fight, like if he knocks out Szeremeta like he should, like everyone, I think everyone on this podcast will agree that Munguia will probably knock out Szeremeta at some point in this fight. Like there ain't no decisions should ever happen in this particular fight.
That's fact.
That should, like, honestly, I think because Golovkin got Szeremeta out in like 7 rounds.
Right.
Like Munguia, I'll give him 9 rounds.
Yeah. Then after that, he's clearly like, lunching, and he needs to be booed.
And honestly, we should be giving him more like 5 rounds or 6 rounds to improve off the Golovkin win, because Golovkin got him when he was undefeated. Like now, this dude is coming off a loss where he took a beating or a semi-beating or whatnot, and he's going against a younger guy in his prime who pushes a faster pace.
Yep.
So you could tell we're being lenient. At least I am.
Yeah.
He should knock him out in the 7th round as well. But I'll say the 9th is when, if this goes in 10 rounds or past 10 rounds, then it should really be,
Yeah, like we'll rip this apart in our recap for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ain't no it's not gonna go distance. Like Szeremeta, like I said, is a decent fighter, but he's not a decent fighter you go the distance with. Like he only has 5 KOs. Like
Munguia's fault in beating better people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Yes.
It'll be a step backwards if he's having a fucking shootout with this guy.
Fuck that. You should get him out of here by 5.
I definitely respect that. But he made me want to change my fucking prediction.
Yeah.
but I think I'll stay with 9, man, because I don't know, with the way Munguia moving, I just gotta see this, but it really should be between 5 and 7. P is absolutely right. It should be 5 rounds.
Right. Like, I mean, there should be no Dennis Hogan moments in this fight, because you only have one Dennis Hogan moment once, and that's because it was 151.
He was leading up to Dennis. Remember, he was having fights with the hard fights with the Japanese guy and that African dude.
Yeah, big Inoue, not the Inoue, but Inoue.
Yeah,
if you're gonna get beat up by a Inoue and it's not the Inoue, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, hopefully, no Dennis, because Dennis Hogan though has probably had at least Dennis Hogan probably hurt that guy the most in this fight, which is the most, and he has probably the least power.
He landed the most.
Yeah, and landed the most too. So, yeah. So
yeah, and y'all fucking judges, y'all ruined fucking Hogan's career with that shit. Because Hogan should be able to go home and say he's a former fucking junior middleweight champion. Y'all took that from him.
Yeah, like Hogan
fucking judges disgust me.
Yeah, it was probably one of the biggest robberies that year.
It definitely was. Definitely, you're talking about a 116, 112 type of win here.
Yeah, that was a clear fucking win.
That was clear. Like, no, it could have been a draw. Maybe 115, 113. Could go either way. No, this was a clear fucking win.
Yeah. Yeah, so
like these niggas, if Hogan would have got a knockdown, these motherfuckers would have had a draw. That shit would have turned into Beltran, Ricky Burns.
I do think Munguia. They should. Oscar takes care. Oscar is in charge of Munguia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like they should definitely put him in a big fight, because I do think he's due for an upset loss if he doesn't, against somebody that he shouldn't lose to. Not this guy, but.
I mean, like I said, boxing is theater of unexpected, so you just never know. But there's only so many of these fights you can take before it negatively starts affecting you. Like we've all seen it. Like you can't take fights like this that are not challenging to you, and think you think you're gonna keep getting up for them. No, you can't. That doesn't happen. Like you'll get
Almost felt like he moved to 160 to avoid how competitive 154 was.
Yeah, because he would eventually have to fight Castano at some point, or actually not even Castano. He
fight fucking anybody, dude. At 154, he could have ran into Brandon Adams. He could have fucking ran into Michael Soro. Like, so many people at 154 that would have gave him some problems. And remember, he was losing, or he was having tough fights with guys who are like maybe top 20, top 25 in the world.
Right.
So we haven't even gotten him up to no damn top 15, top 10.
Yeah, so yeah, Munguia, like I said, and it's something like Munguia is, you can watch it, like Munguia is entertaining to watch. Like he's highly entertaining to watch. You know,
throws a good fucking jab, has a good uppercut, has a good left hook, good right hand, good work weight.
Yeah, and he's been training with Eric Morales, I believe, since that Hogan loss. So that's where a lot of his improvements came from.
This nigga rewrote history. He said since the Hogan loss. I like that. Motherfuckers gonna be listening to this podcast 20 years from now, like, yeah. See, they said Hogan beat him too.
Yes.
Like, Grandpa, is that true? Yes. If Ring Gang said it, it's true, son.
Oh man, but yeah, I think everyone has KOs. You know, P was adamant about it. He was like, "Fuck the bullshit, yo." It's 5th.
He ready to pull up if he don't get that KO. Throw a damn bodega sandwich at his ass. You were supposed to knock him out.
Yeah, I'm gonna sick the cats on him if he don't get him out of there by 5.
Yo, man. So, yeah, I mean, I do think that. Yeah, I mean, I'll go with 6 in terms of McGigan and Szeremeta out of there. I'll give him 6.
So 5, 6, 9. What's Pilot?
8.
8. Oh.
I say 8.
All right, that's what it is.
Damn, I got some numbers here.
Yeah, but like I said, and personally, like I said, I mean, at least for this fight, because they finally got somebody. Because I mean, the undercard is actually straight for it. You know, it's not. I mean, it's actually a pretty good card. And the co-main, you know, we got Beck the Bully, you know, who's a hell of a prospect for 168. And he'll be facing Gabriel Rosado in a 12-round fight. Now, like I said, to talk about someone who keeps extending his 10 minutes into the sport. Rosado should have been out of here by now.
Should have got that win over Jacobs officially.
Right. Yeah, and then because that's when everyone saw him last time out. You know, Jacobs. Yeah, that was a disgusting rob. It was a robbery because it was disgusting. Truthfully, neither guy did distinguish himself. Like, if it was a draw, so be it. But if I had to say who won that fight, it was definitely Rosado who won that fight. But it was a piss poor fight though. Jacobs,
a draw, yeah. It wasn't a great fight.
We should just draw that out because that was a draw. That seemed like
I could have respected a draw more than a Jacob win though.
Yeah, Jacobs didn't win.
That type of performance didn't deserve to have winner next to it for Jacobs.
Yeah, Jacobs was clearly bullshitting. Like, and especially with all the cash shit that these niggas were talking to each other, and you do that. Like, no.
There was no winner at all. We lost for fucking
I lost.
Shit.
Yeah.
It was a few times I was wondering why the fuck do I pay $9.99 for DAZN? That's one of the few times because watching that horrid fight and card too. Like,
why the fuck y'all threw that trash ass fight down here?
Yeah, that was in Florida.
Florida don't want y'all leftover fights.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all could have gave us damn Jacobs versus Ryder or something.
I'm saying, like,
even that's a better fight.
Someone was motivated. Like, Rosado looked to spoil. Jacobs was looking to stay in his first gear and coast. It made for a god awful fight. But hey, Rosado, but due to Rosado, everyone thinking that Rosado, got jobbed in that fight. Hey, you got the Beck the Bully fight. Now Beck the Bully is he's a hell of a prospect. Like, he's a good prospect. He's in his 7-fight career so far. He has 6 KOs. The only one to actually go distance with him would be Devin's brother Vaughn Alexander, who's a tough guy to stop. and of course, he's the only guy to stop Clay Collard of the former Bubble fame. That's actually surprising. He really is the only guy to stop Clay Collard. Why, I don't know, but So,
so do y'all see a knockout in this fight?
I think I do because Rosado is still getting too long in the fucking tooth. Like there's no way Rosado. I don't think Rosado has anything for him. Like Beck the Bully, he's a vicious body puncher. Like dude goes to the body like nobody's business. Like dude,
vicious puncher. Period.
Yeah, period. Yeah, like dude, he'll be too much for Rosado. Like dude, and Rosado and Beck the Bully's fought as high as cruiserweight. So that's a lot of weight behind him. I don't think Rosado's going to
Beck's going to get this nigga out the paint. Fuck all that shit. Like, he should get him out quickly, too.
And we hope so, too.
Because Rosado got some craft to him.
I don't even think Rosado has much left, like, as far as, like, durability. Like
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's where the craftiness comes in. Like, I can see this going 6 rounds before, Bully just get him out of there.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. Like, I mean, Rosado will. I mean, it's one thing you're not gonna take out Rosado early unless you're, unless you're fucking
Angulo.
Yeah, unless you're Angulo. Yeah, you're not gonna get him out of there early. You got to take some time to break him down. And like I said, Rosado hasn't been killed in about 7 years. So, but then like I said, he's long in the tooth. Like I mean, he's nearing the end of his rope. Like seriously.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like he's so like over the hill that. I mean, if Beck has the right temperament, then I can.
Which I think he does.
Well, I can see this ending early.
Yeah, maybe 4 rounds, but I think I'll stick with 6.
I'll go 3.
God damn.
I'll go 5. Pilot.
6. We'll keep it tradition. I'll say 6. Damn, y'all think it's gonna be early knockouts for all these fights? I don't know, man.
Y'all niggas started it with the knockouts with the tag fight. And that's a nigga who's never been knocked out before.
Yeah, that's why I said decision.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the fights I be calling for knockouts, so y'all be like, man, that's a distance fight. It should be hard. Like it be crazy, but like at least we getting the winner right. You ever had those semantic battles? No, how the fuck you think he's gonna win? But it says something about the matchmaking in boxing that there hasn't been a fight since the Daenerys fight that we've been compelled to disagree on.
Right. Although it might be coming sooner or later, but I mean.
Well, what fight is that? That's coming soon, where somebody might not pick the favorite.
I don't know, probably the Charlo Castano fight.
Maybe, but like but like I'm talking like we mean, or maybe I mean like one where we legitimately like all like not one where I might just throw out maybe I'll get like just on some fucking devil's advocate shit like.
That's true. That's true.
I mean the Neri Figueroa and the Neri Ubali were the only like. I think the last fights where we were split or I had the upset and everybody else thought the other guy would win type shit.
Yeah, that's true.
But it was one of those fights where you could see the upset happening.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like it's like I don't think we have another fight like that coming up until Castano Charlo.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
And when is that fight?
July 17th. July 17th. And fuck that fight now because it's not going to be at the Barclays. Oh.
Damn. See, y'all niggas got spoiled.
Well,
nigga, I haven't had a fucking fight. I haven't been to a fight in 2 years. Like, you've been to more fights than me recently. Yeah.
I've been to a fight more recently.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, y'all might have to I might have to change my nickname to Pandemic P. Like,
you might have to take your show on the road, man, like I do on occasion, man. You might have to, you might have to, take a trip down to Texas, man.
I mean, I'm fuck that. I'm not going to Texas right now, especially not no damn San Antonio. Maybe if it was Dallas, I'd be,
I mean, all the niggas that keep getting shot in Dallas, you better not drop a freestyle down there. You might get clapped. Don't even tweet no boxing songs or nothing. I'm a ring gang. Return of the Sample King. Oh, fuck that nigga. Bow. That's season. Nah, nigga. Bullet season, nigga.
if there's a fight in LA, I'm gonna go because now my sister is living out there. She's not too far from the Staples Center. So if they ever want to fucking drop one at the Staples Center, I'll go. But I ain't going to no fucking Texas.
Word.
But yeah, and then the rest of the card, we have the return of Marlon Esparza, who'll be going for, a flyweight title against champion Ibis Zamora, and then we have in the opener we have Blair Cobbs, and he'll be returning against Brad Sullivan, who again another guy who has like 9 lives in sport.
Yo, honestly, the Golden Boy card seems like the card that would be the most enjoyable.
Usually, and if we said this before, usually Golden Boy, like for all the problems that they do have, they know how to build a card that people will actually you can watch it like from beginning, like from the prelims to the end,
and have a damn good time. It'll just be fade after fade after fade.
Yeah,
competitive ebb and flow type of fight. It's like they're like a rap group with a bunch of guys who are like head cases and have problems and they're always into trouble. You like, how the fuck these niggas even make an album? Like, motherfuckers always beefing with each other and shooting each other, and one nigga smashing the dude's sister, mom, whatever the fuck. This crazy chaos.
Shit,
sounds like their boxing's version of the Ghetto Boys.
Yo, but at the end of the day, they'll drop a fire album, and you're like, I don't know how these niggas did it, but thank you.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's Golden Boy right there.
Yeah, so I mean, that, like I said, low-key, you can't really sleep. You can't sleep on that card, Of course, I mean, obviously, you have 5 choices, you have 5 choices for you to watch. So I mean,
so fuck it, yo, let's rank the choices right now because this is the last card we previewing for that day, right?
Yeah, because that's the last one.
Did all of them, so confirmed. Okay. So what's the top card we prioritizing that day? On this Boxing Day.
I mean, for me, it would probably be the Triller card. Lopez Campbell.
Yeah, no, Triller's getting prioritized because that's like all the other ones. I'll record it or find a way to watch later.
Yeah. I don't know about the card, but
Triller's main event is the priority.
It's the main event.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah,
the main event.
But the card itself is trash. They needed Golden Boy's card.
Yeah, but at least with Triller, then luckily, like it has the music acts, and then although I'm not happy about the reggaeton being played on that chick.
Lord, that damn! Hold on, that might drop it down the list a bit. Hold on, so then we have the Chavez fight, Chavez card.
Yeah, I mean that's 5 to me. Cause I'll be more than happy just to watch the highlights of that shit. No disrespect to Chavez Senior though, but. That's and the funny thing is too is like Chavez Senior and Camacho Jr. had the nerve to be beefing the other day. Like they were getting in each other's faces. I saw some clip.
Honestly, I think that fight might be fucking entertaining, yo. Like I think that card might surprise us. Like Anderson Silva might do some crazy shit and beat DLC. DLC might turn up and beat Silva. Like I don't know, man. Like honestly, that card is more interesting than the Triller card, except for the main event.
Right.
Like the thing with the Charlo card, I mean, I like the Angelo Leo fight and Isaac Cruz fight. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean,
the main event's trash. So.
Well, yeah, the Leo Alameda fight is awesome to me, and I don't.
That might be the best pure single fight of the damn weekend.
Right, awesome. and then Cruz versus Francisco Vargas, I just don't want to see it. Not because I don't think it's a good fight, but because I don't think I should see another Vargas absorb another ass whooping, like because he will absorb another ass whooping. And then you have, and you have the other Gary Russell brother that's going to be on there, facing Emmanuel Rodriguez. So, I mean,
it's not bad.
It's not a bad card. It's just the main event is just not.
And what else? Top rank has the Monster, right?
Yeah, Top Rank has the
Oh
Monster.
fuck. Okay, that's the top of the list now.
Yeah, and that one has the Dog Bay Lopez fight, and then Michaela Mayer, who you actually like. I don't really like watching Michaela Mayer all that much.
You don't like watching who?
Michaela Mayer.
I like watching Michaela Mayer. So
you be boxing these broads up, yo.
Yeah, I don't really find her entertaining. Mostly because I don't really. She's something about
more entertaining than Shakur Stevenson.
What's that?
I said she's more entertaining than Shakur Stevenson.
No, she isn't.
I'm not gonna go that far. Although
look how bad it had become that I'm even comparing them though.
Keep in mind, I've actually seen Shakur Stevenson live 3 times, and he got stopped it. So I can't. That's why I can't say that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I fell asleep last night. So
oh, shit.
Yeah. So that was not a good mark for Shakur. That I fell asleep. I think it was like the 5th or 6th round. I fell asleep after that.
Damn. But the Dog Bay Lopez fight, like that's a legit fight.
That's a legit fight. That's a war. That's a war on paper.
You can honestly put each card has one legit fight. I wish you could just put them all onto just one card so you could just see all the fights you cared about in one card.
Shit, I wish they learned to put things on Friday and Sunday. That was it.
Let me see Lopez, Dog Bay, the Leo Alameda fight. Mm-hmm. Let me get Chavez and fucking and Camacho or I don't really trust Chavez Jr. but
yeah.
Let me get Chavez and Camacho. Cambosis and Lopez, and I'm good. And then you could just throw the Monster and Charlo KOs on the top for like, it's like they're like the bag fries. you order some checker fries, and they loved you up with the fries, and you got some fries in the bag at the bottom.
Well, here in the Northeast, it's like Five Guys for that. That's probably the equivalent.
Yeah, but Five Guys fries are trash.
Well, no, I like them. I've had both. I mean, I've had because there's no Checkers. Is there Checkers in New York? Is there
yes,
there is. It's either going to be Checkers or Rally Burgers. I know we used to have a Rally Burger.
There's a Checkers by me, and I love their fucking fries.
Fries way better. The fucking Five Guys fries ain't even better than damn Wendy's fries.
Facts.
Like Five Guys, like niggas got hype up the burger. I'll let it go. But ain't no one gonna hype up their fries. That's why they give you so many of them. They're like the PBC Fox of fries.
And the bonus, they give you like the bonus fries where you can tell they weren't really supposed to be in this batch, but you still got them anyway. It's like, oh yay, an extra couple fries.
That's a win.
That's the Charlo and Monster KOs. That's why I said they're like the bag fries. Like you'll take them, but you're not gonna get in your car and go to Five Guys for bag fries.
Facts.
So you really, I mean, is anybody gonna wake up just to see? Well, nah, fuck it. I woke up just to see some fucking Monster KOs. Let me take that back. But okay, for Charlo.
I mean, all I know is thank God. So usually with Showtime will re-air that fight the whole card the next day, and then the Zone is pretty much it's instant. Like once it's done, like I can instantly go in there.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. The Zone, you're gonna have to drop a spot down now because I forgot I could see the whole thing.
Half of those I can DVR. So what I'm saying, team tape gang. So
tape gang, hey.
Yeah. It's either Lopez or Top Rank for me now. Hold on, where's the fucking Chavez fight on? That's a pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, it's a pay-per-view. Like that's why I'm not. I mean, if I find the stream for that, so be it.
And I do curious to see how that Silver fight.
I'll find time to watch that some other time. It's not on my priority list.
Yeah, I'll watch YouTube highlights for that one probably.
Yeah, like now if Silva beats Chavez Jr. and it turns out that Chavez Sr. and Camacho Jr. decided to have the good old fashioned like scrap, then yeah, that's something I will definitely look for that.
I honestly think that's gonna happen. And then they should have found some way to put that on the undercard for the Lopez Cambosa. I'm gonna say Lopez Gamboa.
Can't
That's a ring pole mythical matchup.
Yeah, and then that Triller card too. I mean, there's 4 main fights though, but there's like 10 fights in its prelim on the card that starts at like 3 or p.m. or some shit like that. That's a long fucking card.
Yeah,
But
I'll pass.
At least the prelims are free though.
It better be.
Yeah. You know.
So I was gonna say y'all ready to close this out with the Shields?
Absolutely. So P. I'll let you take over on this one.
All right, fair enough. As we know, you know what I'm saying, we all knew that a certain somebody had their MMA debut, you know, this week, one Clarissa the Quote Shields, you know. So and you know, a little talk about that. Little talk, you know. I seen a lot of people giving her I kind of had to side eye a little bit because Goofy was like, oh well, you know, give Clarissa Shields, she's got balls because she's the only boxer that will step up and do MMA. I'm like, that's wrong, first off. So
that's easily dispelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what are you talking about? Like did we literally not just forget that Heather Hardy boxed up an MMA, like the baddest woman on the planet not too long ago? Like,
it wasn't Heather Hardy, it's Holly Holm.
Sorry, Holly Holm, my bad. I got my double H's mixed up. But you know, so and she won, you know, of course the Shield, so we give her props, you know, she stepped up and she won 1-0 in MMA. So, you know, Ring Gang wanted to, you know, check the temperature, you know what I'm saying? See what it's like, see what the people want. So we did a poll, because Ring Gang always does the best polls, so you already know. But we asked, who would you rather see Clarissa Shields fight next? Would you rather see Savannah Marshall in a boxing match, of course, Amanda Nunes in an MMA match, or Amanda Nunes in a boxing match? We got 165 votes so far, and overwhelmingly, 80% said Savannah Marshall. So
good, at least people are thinking clearly.
the people have spoken.
Finally.
Yeah. Like I mean, first of all, the fight itself. I mean, it was. I mean, for terms of what she did, it was great that Clarissa Shields actually got a TKO. Like she actually stopped somebody with her fist or whatever. And then this was after some very anxious moments where, you know, obviously
she had to make a comeback. Really.
Yeah, I mean, she was on the ground. Like, you know, obviously when Old Girl took her to the ground, Clarissa Shields wasn't as effective because her grappling is not on a high level at all. It's a very rudimentary level, but you know, and she almost got put into an armbar too in the second round, but she kept her cool at least. And then funny thing is too is when Old Girl got tired, you know, Clarissa's boxing training kind of showed because, you know, boxers, you know, have a stamina, and I thought she would actually gas from the grappling, but that was the first shock. But once she managed to at least get back to her feet somewhat, she just rained right hands right into her temple. And then, you know, I know we always talk about Clarissa not getting the knockouts in boxing, but when she was landing with those 4-ounce gloves, I think, that they wear on Old Girl, that she was clearly affecting her. Like, you know, she couldn't.
I mean, look, dude, like, fuck it. Like, we giving her too much credit for that shit. The bitch was on the ground, could barely protect herself with an open head to get hits. Like, Shields was supposed to knock her out in that position. Like I don't know why niggas is going crazy. Like, no, show me the skill you have from the Olympic gold medals and get those knockouts in fucking boxing. I'll rest my case.
I think it's just mostly because she actually did knock her out with punches. I think that's what people was, because, you know, she didn't.
Yeah, but they ground and pound. Like, you had the typical Tito Ortiz win. It's not like she dropped her cold from a right hand or a hook, and it was like the ref was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh Lord, you knew that wasn't gonna happen.
It's a possibility. Are we going to act like that's never happened before?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all never seen a Tank Abbott fight?
Of course, I have.
Of course, but I wasn't gonna expect Shields to do that. Shields isn't a cave woman.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying, like, I mean, yeah, she was impressive, it was cool, but I'm still not on some like, oh my god, let me get the woke posters and the Malcolm X jerseys and all this shit, and oh, she's the best thing, the boxing, protect the queen. No, fuck that. Fight Savannah Marshall already, goddamn it.
Yeah,
I don't care about all this other shit.
No, and that's what I want. Yeah, I mean, obviously, for all the fights that she says are not available to her in boxing, she's not making the money, and that like everyone else, Savannah Marshall is there. She's there. She has a belt that you would want, so you can be undisputed at that weight. And she has a win over you,
how much is she making this MMA fight anyway for niggas to start downplaying the whole there's not enough money in boxing? Because at least with the Savannah Marshall fight, we heard a figure announced. Hearn said it was more like 300K. Shields said it was more like 250. But at least we have a type of number to go on with. You feel me? For MMA, what did she make 500K for that fight? Like, what did she make where we're supposed to agree to this shit?
I have no idea how much money she made.
And you probably won't find out because that shit might be an illusion.
Yeah,
propaganda to sell her in MMA. Like, did she get more promo for MMA? Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like her damn boxing don't get promo.
Yeah, and like I said, women. So she's had. Obviously, she's not the best self promoter. Like, she's polarizing to a lot of people. And
some people use polarizing to their advantage, and it works. So she gets discussed a lot. Like, whenever we do a poll on Ring Gang with Shields, that shit is at least getting 100 votes tops easily.
Right.
And I'm not even saying tops. I'm talking about easily. Like, the last time we had a poll, she had like maybe 600 votes, like 636.
Yeah. So it's. Yeah,
so people discussing, she's known all this shit about she's not promoted and all that. Like, there's more to it than that.
She's heavily promoted. Like, now if you want to go,
and just the performances don't fucking even out to the promotion and time people put into that shit.
But people don't want to admit that because either then. Because I have yet to hear a sound argument on why she went the distance with the type of fighters that she went the distance with in boxing.
Exactly. But we haters when we say this shit though.
Yeah.
Nigga, we just know boxing and we ain't on no fucking clit riding.
So looks of course Shields has. She's definitely talking about, but we all know boxing. You have to. If you're gonna talk how you talk, you gotta get rid of some of these fighters. Or you gotta do it. You gotta do something. You gotta stop them with the distance. You gotta drop them a couple of times,
or beat the shit out of them where the ref has to stop it.
The fact that we know how many times has this happened in Claressa Shields' boxing career, like off the top of our heads, is that tells you a lot because we're not supposed to know that, But she only has 2 stoppages and she only has 1 knockdown of a fight in her boxing career. That's it.
And she don't take the right type of fights to get into exciting fights in boxing. At least not recently. Like, besides the Gabriel, the Douglas, and
the DAZN fight.
DAZN fight. I give you Tori Nelson as well. That was a decent fight for her at the time. But if she doesn't fight those type of fights over here, like in boxing, she's not going to get she's not going to get the accolades that she wants. Like, people want to see her in exciting type of fights and shit.
Yeah, and we've mentioned, early into the year that women boxing was kind of carrying early on before all the announcements, and she was in none of those fights. So,
that's what like. Why is everybody else getting the good, exciting fights, but the alleged the person who was at the very top can't? Like, you can't say women's boxing ain't been doing good because fucking each year a women's boxing match is giving you at least 1 fight of the year candidate for like the last 3 years.
Yeah, and like so even Michaela Mayer, who's signed with Top Rank, even she's finding herself in fights, in getting fights. So it's like, what is your problem? Like, And none of them are going on pay-per-view, trying to do an independent pay-per-view to get, to try to get attention.
Exactly. So all this shit that you hear niggas be on some, oh man, there's some secret service establishment out there to hold Clarissa Shields back, or there's some type of demonic forces that we're going to need Constantine to investigate to get to the bottom of. All that is bullshit. Y'all just gotta start holding everybody accountable like Ring Gang does.
Right.
Enough of this damn. Well, they don't knock people out in 2 minutes like that. Or, Leia Ali, she fought a bunch of jobbers. Christy Martin fought jobbers. Sick of hearing that fucking shit.
Yeah, no, like Amanda Serrano has a great knockout record, and she fought with Nakatani. She has no
Exactly. Superbad be knocking these damn broads out too.
Yeah. And truthfully, she has a moral complaint about not getting the attention she deserves, and she's put in the work and then some.
Exactly. So if she wanted to make that complaint, yeah, I could. It's justifiable because, like in boxing, like the male boxing, there's some guys who are legit ducked. Then there's some guys who they just take the wrong fights and have the wrong performances. Then there's guys who avoided. You got all of that shit. So it's a case by case basis, but. I'm not going to just say, like, okay, the answer to Kristen Shields getting bigger in boxing or becoming a bigger star lies within MMA. I just can't say that. As a boxing fan, nah, I can't.
Right.
I mean, there are some people that are a victim of circumstances. I don't know if Shields is one of them, but it's a tightrope. I don't like to really fucking go into that because then it becomes.
It exists. Look, we know it exists. You tightrope my ass. Look, we know it's out there. Like James Kirkland got shafted for fucking title fights on his come up. That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. He did.
Definitely.
Agree. Ain't nothing wrong with saying that. Even like with racism in boxing, all that shit. The shit is out there. It happened. But it's still a case by case basis. And like Pat said, if Amanda Serrano was making the case that she's not getting promoted enough or, for her accolades, it's a little more understanding. And I do appreciate Ring City promoting her last card real good, so I can see a change. But for Shield, it's a little different. You got higher expectations because you came in the sport at a higher level. So, it is what it is, man. But yeah, she had a good win. Hope she comes back to boxing and fights Savannah Marshall because that's the only fight, and beat her before you can say you're done with boxing. Because if not, this shit's going to be Leia Ali and Ann Wolf again.
Right.
And I can't call nobody fucking go when they leave their fucking biggest fight on the table.
Right. And then Amanda Nunes may be a big fight in MMA now, but it's not. It's not. It may be a big fight, but it's not a fight that she should take because Amanda Nunes.
You still gotta build that fight up because she don't have enough MMA experience.
Well, yeah, you got to beat some names in there. For me,
the Marshall fight could happen this year. Nunes is more like late next year if possible, and that would mean Shields would have to take one more MMA fight this year and maybe two more next year before you could realistically say, you know what? I could see a Nunes Shields fight.
Right. And then Nunes in boxing, like Nunes in Alexis, you can't. I mean, I don't want to see that at all. Period. Because first of all, I almost said before a Marshall fight because it doesn't make any sense to me. So if you guys,
if we're gonna see the crossover, I would rather see what's her name, Cyborg get in there, but
right.
The Cyborg ain't big enough for Shields.
I think they're actually friends too. I know.
Yeah, they fought and shit. Like, nah. Y'all better get roided up Gina Carano out or something.
Oh,
Shorty look like she could give Pat a run for her money, man. But it's gang over here.
Absolutely.
Throw her through a wall or something. We like the Colossus fight on Deadpool.
Oh man, at least it's good enough. Everyone wants to see Savannah Marshall. So yeah, like as long as that fight's still buzzing, as long as Savannah Marshall's still undefeated and still knocking out broads, yeah, you better make this fight sooner than later and stuff. Instead, because like I said, although I know Amanda Serrano and some others they dabble in both, but I can only imagine after some time your body's not gonna like doing that. So yeah, you might as well try to make this fight now when your body's at its freshest before certain deterioration starts setting in. But,
and get you some endorsements.
Yeah, until then, we'll probably just get some more. No, Eddie's not showing me the right numbers for this fight to happen. Blah 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 blah.
That's why it's important to know what the MMA fight was paying. Because this ain't no fucking. It's not like it's a UFC fight. It's some whole other league or something.
Yeah, professional fighters league. Yeah.
I don't want to hear Clarissa Shields made $175 for a damn MMA fight when you had the Savannah Marshall fight over there for $300K.
Yeah, well, I heard Bellator pays more than UFC, so I wouldn't be surprised if she got a decent bag, relatively speaking. But obviously,
yeah, but decent's relative though. Like I feel you, but I need some numbers thrown around because, but see, they're gonna keep the numbers on the wraps because if I'm putting shit together like, so you took less for an MMA fight. But you'd have made over $250,000 for a Savannah Marshall fight that people actually want to see. Then you got to start holding people accountable,
right?
Because even now that both of them keep winning, maybe that fight's worth $500K.
Yeah, but yeah, if you don't give it a shot to do what it needs to do, then things will never happen. But I think she's more. I think it's just really for Shields. I mean, obviously, it's prize fighting. You want to get paid, but I think but her thing is she's more. I think she's really trying to be like on equal footing as a man.
But you only got 10 fucking fights in the game, and you don't knock nobody out. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I think that
I'm tired. Like, look, I'm not trying to be pocket watching or fucking purse watching, but goddamn, man. You ain't gonna get paid astronomical money every fucking fight. And if you're not somebody who done been in some goddamn Israel Vasquez wars or you're on your 30th fucking pro fight, it's like, it just sounds like fucking bitching and moaning. Shout out to fucking official scorecard boxing science. Goddamn, that's a long ass name. These feminist fans demanding for equal pay for girls acting as if they don't understand the promoters will go bankrupt as they don't get the same number of view sales. I feel you, but that hasn't stopped us from seeing McCaskill Breakers twice.
Right.
Pursuing Taylor twice.
Right.
Serrano fights. Had the Hardy fight. It's like, so what's the hang up on that one fight?
Yeah.
And I'm not calling nobody. And look, fuck it. I'm going to just say it. I'm going to end it like this. This is my fucking knockout punch. There isn't any greatest of all time women's boxer until they take their biggest fucking fight and win it convincingly. They're just women who are just top level boxers. Leigh Ali didn't get the Ann Wolf fight. That was her biggest fight, and she didn't, for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So she may be the GOAT of her ever, but I can't call her the GOAT of women's boxing of all time because we needed that fight to happen to really determine it. And Clarissa Shields is the same thing right now with Savannah Marshall. I can't call you the fucking GOAT until you beat this lady.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all just gonna have top fighters from different eras of women's boxing, but y'all not fighting the toughest challenge. Then it is what it is. I'm not gonna call nobody because I'm trying to award a nigga the greatest fucking accolades. And motherfuckers ain't fucking giving us a fucking fight to deserve it.
Facts.
You think motherfuckers, even Floyd for not whatever the pussyfooting around for the Pacquiao fight, at the end of the day, the man finally fucking fought him, and that goes for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better that they fought each other, even though it was late. You could at least, so when these niggas say TBE or the GOAT fighter, at least you could say, well, he did beat that guy, You don't have that for women's boxing because it's not the fights don't happen late. They don't happen at all. And these were the two people saying that shit.
This is true.
It's happening for men boxing now too, though. So it's like we're not getting.
Yeah, it happens with men's boxing, but it's somewhere. But you get more matchups, man. Like women's boxing.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And remember, women's boxing is more detrimental because you got you got less fighters. You got people calling themselves fucking damn champions, and they only got 4 fights.
5 fights, yeah.
Yeah, I personally knew a nigga in Florida who used to brag about fucking being an amateur champion in Florida with only having 3 amateur fights. Because he won some bullshit trinket in a fucking amateur fight and he only fought 3 times.
Shit.
No one's trying to hear that shit.
Basically, the amateur version of a GameStop belt. Interesting.
Exactly. Damn. I know I be sounding pissed off and shit, but nigga, somebody gotta have some fucking standards in this bitch.
Yeah, no, but you're absolutely right though. Like, you absolutely.
Unless you Leon Spinks beating Muhammad Ali in your fucking 8th fight or some shit, I don't want to hear no fucking goat this, goat that shit.
No, absolutely, definitely, absolutely. So it's just like, yeah, Clarissa Shields. Like, I mean, I hope. I mean, we all hope that she does, she does well in MMA or whatever, But if you're gonna do your shit, but you're doing your boxing career a disservice, if you're doing it just because you're not getting paid enough, or you want to get.
We didn't even get the Shields Leon Lee fight, and that could have been big.
I don't think Layla. Part of me doesn't think Layla's serious about it, but part of me thinks
because no one said, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna put some money where your mouth is. Y'all talking about y'all want $4 million or $2 million, whatever. Let me put that up. Let me put a big business plan together and realistically try to make that fight. That's all that gets happening. There's always mythical matchups in women's boxing with the greatest.
Right.
No one says, you know what, let's try to make that fight. I think at the time, with all that buzzing, I think they would have really fought, but no one really brought no money to the table.
Because I don't think anybody looked at it as serious. Right.
They talked about it too fucking much for it not to be serious.
Yeah,
so
but
I guess the Savannah Marshall fight is serious then, because they not arguing every fucking day for a week and shit.
But it's different when you're going like when the arguing and the banter is between. Like honestly, I'm gonna keep it a stack. That whole shit felt like a mythical matchup in discussion rather than something that actually had any legs to it.
True, but that's the nature of boxing now. Fucking mythical matchups.
Like
fucking
that.
Spence Crawford's a mythical matchup.
I'm just saying, like that fight to me, that whole thing to me, that back and forth to me, almost like was like equivalent of a old Hall of Fame basketball player saying, "Oh, I'd beat this new guy's ass 1-on-1. I'd whip his ass like on the court."
Now, basketball's different, man. Like boxing. You could be an old nigga and learn how to be composed and catch a counter, and you could turn that shit around. Basketball, once your legs and knees start going, yeah, that shit ain't. I'm not expecting Alonzo Mourning to come out and post up Anthony Davis, but even a guy like Daenerys could show you he could, turn the clock back or some shit. Or
I mean, but Donaire is still an active fighter. Like I'm talking about.
Yeah, but he's older and not even back. Like I get what you're saying. I seriously, I get what you're saying. Like, but at the same time, it was a fight that was taught. It's like it had legs, but it's like the legs didn't have shoes on them. And the thing is, it's not like Shields got in a better significant fight. If anything, the Marshall fight should have happened then because all eyes were on Shields. So it's not like all that buzzing and talking did her career any favors. It didn't go nowhere. I took 2 more boring ass boxing fights, then I went to MMA. That's all that's happened since then. I mean, first of all, am I lying? Is that an accurate observation?
I mean, I didn't say you was.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you're right.
I just want boxing to be better. That's all.
And we never want women's boxing because we do support women's boxing, but it's just like, one women's boxing, it'll be like 1 step forward and 2 steps back. then 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that be happening.
Yeah, like a fucking Paula Abdul song. Like, fuck out of here. 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Person got robbed. Y'all don't like that. Like, oh shit! Like, come on.
Good lord.
Yeah.
We fucking remixing shit. Nigga, it's a G Unit mixtape right here. Ring Gang Radio. Yeah. Y'all thought we ain't gonna put the radio hits to the radio? Like, you think it's just Ring Gang? Oh man, like I'm done, man. We can close this out, man. Final thoughts, whatever the fuck, man.
Word. So P, man, do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, it's Ring Gang all day. You know what I'm saying? Ring Gang all day, every day, twice on Sundays. And it's Sunday, so I'll say it again. Ring Gang Radio all day, every day, twice on Sundays. You know where to find us at, ringgangradio.com. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. You know the vibes. Got a whole bunch of boxing coming up, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it all. Hopefully we get some good fades.
That's all we can do.
Because I fell asleep last night, and that was partially to me being an old man these days and not being able to stay up past 12, and just the fight was lackluster. So it didn't give me any incentive to keep the veins pumping to keep me up. So
hold on, a young man fought like an old man last night is what you're saying. Making a young man sleep like an old man.
Yeah, I mean, one fighter was a cop, but it was the other fighter that was desensitizing the violence.
Hold on, so are we still gonna defund the police, or are we gonna defund boxing for that performance?
Yo,
wait, hold on, wait, official, no. That McCaskill Breakers part 2 is damn good, man. What are you talking about, man? Hold on, I gotta disagree with you on that one.
The first fight,
I think Eddie know what he's doing when he shoves some of those women's fights as co-mains.
The first fight was better to me than the second fight, but the second fight was really good too.
Barrios McCaskill, the second fight was way better than the first.
I actually liked the first fight more.
Oh wow, God damn!
But I liked them both, so.
Yeah, no.
I felt like McCaskill fought better. I thought they both punched more in that fight. The first fight was kind of boring to me, it was rough. It was like great value Floyd, Madonna.
McCaskill fought better in the first fight, but in the second fight, but Breakers fought worse in the second fight. Fought better in the first fight. Like,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like at least the first fight we got
was more competitive.
Yeah,
but competitive don't always mean entertaining, though.
I guess.
What do you mean? I guess how many damn? You ever heard of Eric Morales?
Of course.
You know,
all them entertaining ass competitive fights.
You know, but I might disagree because usually Eddie's cards, they're hit or miss. And it's not just on the co-main. Like it'll be like if Eddie has a card that's hit, you know, then the whole card throughout is on point. When it doesn't, it's not just the co-main.
It looks worse. Yeah,
it's everything.
Taylor Pursoon was shit. I think I was more hyped for that than the fucking Povetkin White.
Now that's one where the second fight was better than the first fight.
Yeah.
Shit, and the first fight was good. Fuck that.
Hey Pat, the name slips from mine. What's the boxer that had the she kind of a big chest?
Oh, the Australian.
That was a good fight. That was a real good fight.
That was a good fight. Yeah.
That was a good fight.
So that's what I'm saying. When you start looking back and naming the fights, you're like, damn, these were some pretty good fights.
And then also too, because I just want to bring up quickly that I think some of the lists for Fight Camp 2 got leaked. And that fight, Bridges and Courtney Ball, I think is one of the fights that Eddie's gonna run back on there. I think.
Ebony Bridges. Thanks, official. Yep, Ebony Bridges. That's what.
And Katie Taylor had a good fight with Natasha Jonas.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. Yeah, I mean, I know some people might see might not be fans of the skill level sometimes, but god damn it, we done seen some damn cavemen fighting boxing. I done seen some Brian Minto ESPN level fights.
That's the name of the fast.
that were good as fuck, and I'm like, god damn, how come niggas ain't shoulder rolling? How come he's not picking off punches with his gloves? so nah. Sometimes you just want to see a good fucking fight.
Absolutely.
I don't need to goddamn see a Rigondeaux, Tion Kennedy, lights out performance every night to enjoy a fight.
Well, actually,
that was one of the worst ass whoopings I've seen.
Yeah, honestly, that ass whooping was entertaining. It wasn't. I mean, it was one sided as fuck though. But Rigo was sold in trying to whoop some ass. So I was cool with it.
And you know what? Sometimes the women's boxing matches feel better when they're sandwiched in on a good fucking card.
Yeah,
the energy, because you see how that Taylor Pursuing first fight was real good, but then you had a whole entertaining card.
Yeah.
So I feel like that enhances it sometimes, but I can agree with you, official, that they don't need to be shoved on a fight card every fucking time. I get it, like it got to be selective. You got to have the matchup on point, but I don't think I've seen a stinker type of fight where I'm like god damn, Eddie, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like I said, we've talked about the quality of Eddie's cards. Like Eddie's cards in the UK are pretty on point. Like, dude does his thing there. In America, it's mostly it's hit or miss, and most of the time it does miss.
Yeah. So yeah, my bad. I know we still ran, but I know official got here late, so we had to drop some bars with him.
Word. Oh man, so
pilot.
Yeah, man. Shit.
Oh,
I hope my fault. I hope make sure everybody dusts off their old tablets and laptops because there's a lot of boxing on Juneteenth.
Yes, sir.
Pick your card, pick your poison. Hopefully, get some good fades, and my predictions are correct. But yeah, there's Ring Game Radio, Facebook, Instagram, ringradio.com, Twitter, TikTok, Uppercut Season. You know what it is.
There we go. LB.
Oh man, just stay on the lookout. Taking over, and subscribe to YouTube channel if you haven't. Shout outs to DZ. Happy birthday, Ring Gang.
Happy birthday, DZ. Salute.
So big shout outs to my bro. Shout out Ring Gang TV Prolific, Planarchy Sample Genius, Rome Top 5, PJ Fight Architect. It's Uppercut Season all day, cartoon in the works. That shit is looking fire. So y'all make sure y'all just follow us and just keep supporting us, and we're gonna give you some hot shit to be in tune with. So it is what it is. You know how it is.
I can't wait.
One more fucking thing. That's a shout out to my man Caprice. Nigga said Caprice. I was looking for Caprice Sons the other day, so that's maybe why. Key Soprano Sundays are back, y'all. Check out his new song on Spotify. I Just Wanna. So yeah, I had to make sure I had to get that out there. So I'm done. Shutterworth to God, go artists.
Yes, sir. I don't have anything really more to add, other than what the other brothers have already mentioned. Like I said, Ring Gang's everywhere. Google us. Go to the website above all. Go to our YouTube, sub to that, Podomatic, Anchor, all that. We're everywhere, man. Where you need to be, however you listen to your podcast and everything like that. And especially with the YouTube, man, just tell your friend, if you sub, tell your friends so they can sub, and then we can all be friends, because like I said, we do this shit for y'all. And yeah, boxing, like I said, there's a lot of boxing on next week. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. And another thing I got to rant about too, and because we didn't bring it up. Lamar Odom, Nick Carter. Is it Nick or is it Aaron Carter that got knocked around? I forget the Carters. I think it was Aaron Carter.
It was Aaron.
Yeah, no, I don't ever want to see anything like that again. Like, it's unfortunate too that now that some shit like that's picked up steam, and and we might get more of that shit, especially if it's
Bro,
Boxing.
Michael Buffer was on that YouTube TikTok shit that was on. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he gets because they throw him a bag. Most likely
throwing him back. Little baby was all up on it,
Yeah,
Blame boxing. Y'all niggas pussyfoot around for years, not making the fights people want to see. Blame boxing.
Yeah.
And now we have this shit. Now we have Lamar Odom, who had like 3 strokes, 2 heart attacks, and God knows what else. Knocking around a former kid star who's a junkie. So it's like, yeah, nah, I don't ever want to see that shit again.
But for tall niggas, y'all did hold that win that night. So
yeah, tall game won there.
Between that and seeing an old, fat, 63-year-old former heavyweight, 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, Tim Witherspoon, play around with some guy that he would have knocked out cold in his prime just for fucking around. Yeah, I don't want to see that shit again.
Y'all got Chocolate Del refereeing like.
And Peter Guns won that fight. I did watch a little bit of that. Peter Guns definitely won that shit.
Yeah, either way, I don't want to see no bullshit like that, bro. Like that, this stuff was.
Hold on, what Peter Guns was fighting too?
Yeah, Peter Guns.
Did he fight somebody from Peters?
Yeah, he's fighting this dude from Love and Hip Hop, Cisco Rosado. Like that was so stupid. Like he took off the glove and was still trying to go at it. I'm like, damn, like this motherfucker's stupid.
Hold on, Cisco, the bald head guy.
Yeah.
He was boxing with a black shirt on. It was it's the dude at the pool that don't take the shirt off and shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Wow! Like, oh my goodness! Like, and this fuckery didn't. Y'all lucky this fuckery didn't hit the mainstream outlets and shit. Like.
I mean, it did, but it wasn't like I think people were kind of like treating it as like it was some bullshit.
Yeah, because it was low level. Because Lamar Odom. It's not like it's like a bigger basketball star, bigger names. Like this shit hit the little social media round table, but this ain't Chad Johnson fighting somebody or T.O. or somebody.
Right.
and shit, who knows? Shit, nigga, one of us might get the call. Fuck that.
You know what I'm saying? But
at this rate.
Yeah, but I really hated seeing the shit that I saw on Twitter. I hated seeing it. So yeah, boxing, you gotta get your shit together, like because eventually when these celebrities do catch a brain bleed because they keep fucking around and think this shit is a game.
And we'll still blame boxing.
Yeah,
it'll still be your fault.
Yeah. But
Thank God they had no headgear though. Shit.
Yeah, at least they had a headgear. Yeah, if they didn't have a headgear, I'm pretty sure there would have been some even worse fuckery. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpio did.
Fucking shout outs to Povetkin retiring.
Oh yes, Povetkin. All the PED fuckery. And believe me, there was a lot of that. Dude at least was able to make it hot in two respective heavyweight eras during his career. He was a gold medalist, and he did his thing. Like, but it was clear to everyone in that final fight that COVID got the best of him. COVID was. I mean, if he continued, he wasn't ever going to look the same again because he looked like he was struggling, in that last fight with White. In this rematch, so but we still got to salute him though, because like I say, he was a big part of the heavyweight division for.
And gave us some sick ass KOs in the process.
Brutal KOs. KOs. You know what I'm saying?
So you always go have more respect for that, even though he was always trying to be a fucking super soldier.
Exactly, there's always something like he tried to stay 10 steps ahead from the drug testing, but eventually they caught up to him.
So hopefully he just rides out in the sunset now, enjoys his retirement. I don't know if he's made a lot of money, but he's been around, so hopefully he's good and might be commentating on some Russian telecast or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah, now he can take all the steroids he wants and won't get punished for it.
There you go.
I trained Big Baby Miller, and maybe y'all could make a comeback on some Megalobox type shit.
Yeah,
right.
That motherfucker took so much steroids. He was Goldberg with a bowl cut.
Oh shit! Oh man, that's it. Oh wow,
Oh man,
that's a KO right there.
that's okay. I got ended with that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
thank you.
Good one,
yeah.
yeah.
So for myself, Pat Scorpion, the Lillian representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God of the GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P, and for Conscious Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.